addictions and how we can fix them. But first of all, what is an addiction? Some would say an addiction just comes from, well, a mistake. Others would say it's a sign of being uneducated, weak, foolish, stupid, an example not to do in life, disgraceful, a person who made the wrong choice, crazy, a failure. But really it's not. And here's why. Addictions are, well, everywhere. One example is lip balm. Another one is moisturizer. What? That doesn't really make sense, does it? And even exercise can count as an addiction to some people. But why? Well, addiction isn't something that one can understand through only science. Sorry, Dr. Pethel. Addiction is something that we can only understand on a more psychological level. Because what addiction truly is a means of escape. It's a means of escape from suffering, from abuse, from trauma, from stress and anxiety. And these are all things that most people can't go through alone. One event that supports this is the Vietnam War. Almost 20% of participating American soldiers in the Vietnam War used heroin as a method of recuperation or spending time. And considering the devastation and death caused in the Vietnam War, it was practically their only escape. But weirdly, the soldiers never became addicted once they came back. Not one of them even went through withdrawal. After coming back to their homes with their families, most soldiers regained a lifestyle free of such drugs. What? Why? This pretty much goes against everything we've learned about addiction so far. Usually it was supposed to be take drugs and boom, you're addicted. But Kurzgesagt, the educational YouTuber we all know and love, phrased the reason excellently. It's not the chemicals, it's your cage. And our cages, like said before, can be through abuse, trauma, helplessness, and more. And once one fails to become free from their cage, is when one indulges in the relief of addiction. And how does society treat those who have failed from becoming free? Well, Dr. Gabor Mate accurately describes this. So then you take these traumatized people and you make their habit illegal. It's not illegal to drink yourself to death. It's not illegal to make yourself sick with emphysema or lung cancer by means of cigarettes, but it's illegal to use other substances. So now you take these abused, traumatized people, you place them outside the law, you put them in jails, and you hound them all their lives, treating them like criminals, and bad people, and failures, and rejects, and less than human. And then we wonder, how come they don't get better? Well, we're all stuck in our own cages, big or small. But how do we become free from these cages? Well, obviously, drugs are not the answer, because not only will it fail in freeing you, it will only make your cage bigger. So what we must do is change our perspective. We must try to understand those who just weren't able to fix their problems alone and suffered for it. And we must help them fix those problems, not persecute or label them. This also applies to you. Even if you don't do drugs, if you're put in a situation where you feel helpless or you feel like you're in a problem you can't solve alone, try to find someone to help you with it. For the returning American soldiers from Vietnam, it was their families. For others, maybe their best friends, and for some, maybe just a stranger. We must also remember as a society to not stigmatize addiction, but rather help treat it. Only then can we finally reach a solution to this problem. Now I know this is a pretty heavy and depressing subject matter, so that's why I try to put in some jokes with images here and there. And I hope you learned something from it. And I'll see you another time.